this here.
Vibes.
Yo, how'd you get up here? How'd you get up here?
I get a message saying that hey, you want to join your mate? And I was like,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
I think I still have. I need to take that off because I don't want random people to get that, because they just come up and start talking.
okay.
And
No,
but
no, but
not that I don't want you up here, but I forget how I did this. It was like an automated thing where it lets people just join up,
yeah.
but I gotta take it off somehow.
No, but
But yeah,
you
thanks for
had to.
telling me.
I clicked on the invite and then you had to accept me, right? Am I wrong?
Right. It shoots it automatically as soon as you come in the room, right? It shoots it.
No, I didn't. I came into the room. I watched for a second. There was 3-4 people in there. Then I clicked on the plus button and then I got in. I got in after that.
What?
Yeah. I had to press the plus button there, right there, on the right hand side.
That's a little different then.
You didn't. You
I guess
didn't accept
waits
it.
for
You didn't. You didn't accept it.
I didn't accept it. No,
really?
no.
Oh shit.
I never got any notification.
Are
You just popped up.
Oh, that's
Yeah. So
interesting.
that I guess it updated or something. I
That's
don't know. They do
interesting.
it different now. But they have something I did press like automated invite.
Yeah.
And so if it just shoots them an invite, but I guess it waits until you press that plus button.
Oh no, I didn't.
But
I got the message just scrolling through TikTok. I was just watching the movie. Movie finished. I was scrolling and I just saw like, oh, Vibes is online. I was like, hell yeah! that guy always has something.
Stop
that
it.
guy always has something crazy to say. Like, let's listen up to that. I pressed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
No, good to hear from you. No, I've been just tripping out because I don't want those FBAs just to roll in here and just I got to pick them out.
for sure.
And so they just pop up. So I got to take that off that setting. I just don't know how, or I got to just do it on a different account.
Somehow you got to go to settings or something.
Yeah, something. I'm looking at it right now to see, but I can't find nothing.
You're all good though. You're all good, man. Here, let's like
Yes,
this.
brother.
Let's like the. So more people can come in. Let's like.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I got a new prompt here, Slim. It's the FBA plantation house up there, the FBA flag, and then the migrant workers working on the field.
Oh, they have.
And they got ICE patrolling.
They have a flag now.
They've had a flag, yeah.
Look at all those niggers.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
See, this is what I can't have.
Yeah, there we go.
I wouldn't have never invited that troll.
Gotcha.
But you see how it goes.
Gotcha.
It gives them an invite, and they can just come up here. So I got to take it off somehow.
Brother, you know what the funny thing is? That boy that just said that was a boy. I can tell. The way that he spoke.
Yeah.
I promise you, he shits in his pants for one of the people that he just called out in that way at his school or at his work or wherever he is.
Yeah, it's either one of them.
This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
I should have had a caption for that.
Yeah, he will never do that. Yeah. But yeah, you were saying they have a flag now, the FBA flag.
Yeah, they've been had a flag. That's just like a general flag I just put up there
Damn.
because they want to be in the big house so bad. You know, they built the White House. I can't tell if it's a White House or a plantation house.
Bro, you know what? The more you say something and believe that it's true, now it's going to become something that is going to be indentured into history. That's absolutely ridiculous because people don't. It's not always the truth that matters. It is what you push and keep pushing and make people believe, and propaganda, and keep pushing that and stomping that down to people's throats until they cannot take no more. And now FBA is apparently a thing. Like apparently now, American BLK Americans have been natives for some reason. That's the biggest bullshit in the world. Just like the Holocaust is another one of those things. Sorry but it's true. It never happened in that way. Not in the same way that they said. Sorry.
Right.
Off topic.
No, you're good.
Off topic.
No, you're good.
It's 100% fact.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. You can look at the consensus from the 1914 to 1946. Nothing changed in the population. Actually, they got larger. It became bigger. So how did that happen? If 6 million had been, so this is what I'm trying to say. I'm scared that this will become a thing within the FBA movement. And it doesn't really. I shouldn't really give a two damns about it. It's true, right? We shouldn't care about it. It's just annoying that they think that they are above and beyond.
Right. Yeah, sometimes I've had my early thoughts about like, am I doing something right for combating this or for countering their arguments? But then I just get reminded every day that we're on the right side of history, you know, by questioning everything, which we should do, and we see them like brothers and sisters as well. So it's like it's out of the love to correct that or correct their behavior, I think, more than anything else. But they can identify to whatever they want to identify. It's just the punching down, it's the xenophobia. That's all the things that this current administration is doing, and so they just think that they're backed by the grace of God, and everything's meant to do this. So, anyways,
well, also,
yeah, but I had my
matters.
thoughts. Like, am I doing the right thing by checking
Absolutely.
these people?
No, 100%.
But,
No. Don't deviate from your mission. You know, if we want to call it that, but.
Yeah, it's and even that, like that's not my whole thing.
I know.
TikTok.
That's why I said if you want to even, but truth matters, brother. Truth matters. You know, there's a thing. There's a reason why we you cannot just say, I cannot just today claim, oh, you know what? I was born in Holland. You know what? My whole family, my whole ancestry, we were the first ones to land on that place. Before the YT, before we were there, and like what they try to do in the UK now as well with the Cheddar Man. Have you ever heard of that? Like in Cheddar Gorge, there's like this place in southeast England.
Or that model, right? That model that they made of
and in a place called Cornwall, you have Cheddar Gorge. They found a skeleton there, and apparently what they're trying to say is that this man had dark skin. But when you look at the reconstruction of that man, he might have dark skin, but he's still got the features of not Western African or anything. He might have like darker, browner skin, which might have been a thing back in the day because the world was a little bit of a warmer place. Absolutely, I agree. But come on, man, to call to call
right,
the UK,
like all melanated people are not
whitey, or even nowadays like, oh yeah, we have the Vikings were built. Are you absolutely kidding me right now with that stuff? Like, I've been hearing all these stuff. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. The truth matters. Truth matters. Stick to our continent and let's be fair. Let's be honest and be proud of where we come from. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I think
they're everything but African,
Yeah, I think we have enough to be proud of just in Africa. Like for example, in the UK up until maybe 200 years ago, excrement and feces and pee and poo and everything. They used to run down the streets. On my life, this is 100% fact. I learned this in school and even in Holland and everywhere. In Europe, they didn't have running sewers. They didn't have that. They didn't have the image that they try to portray is not a real image. People were dying of dysentery and all those type of things, like very simple diseases that in the Middle East and in Africa, especially the East and the North and the West, they had conquered those diseases for millennia beforehand, because they had running sewer systems, and even in the Islamic Empire, from like the year 700, they had running daylight, nighttime lights, like lighting systems.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the streets would be alive.
I want to show you something.
Yeah, like today.
I want to show you something.
Today. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no. So this topic's on reparations, right?
Right.
And here's Tyreek. I found a clip of Tyreek before he became an FBA, and what he was talking about, how he talked about reparations, because all he talks about is getting it. But here, I want to show you this clip. Somebody else found it, actually, not me. But
okay,
let me see if I can find it.
Tyree, the guy that is standing with Palestine over his own sponsors and everything. The basketball player. Is that who you're talking about?
What's up?
Tyree.
No, this is Tyreek Nasheed. Tyreek. Oh, Tyreek. Oh, okay. Tyreek Nasheed. The guy, FBA guy, the leader.
Okay.
The brand ambassador. Yeah. The guy that got these guys started, Yeah.
Damn. And for all the shit he talks about tethers, FBA this, FBA that, nigga, why is it named Ogunju? So that's an ancient African deity. That's an African Orisha. God damn it, he's Pan-African to sell products, but then on Twitter, it's fuck tethers. Okay, all right. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one, because Lord, I can go on a 2-hour rant just about that last clip we just saw alone. That shit is wild. That shit is disgusting. But God damn it, let's see something else that's damn near just as disgusting. Somebody made me privy to a clip that he made a few years back where somebody asked him about reparations. Guys, we all know on his Twitter spaces, people call in speaking against our reparations claim, saying you FBAs are just begging, you FBAs are just going to trick off the money and buy Jordans and buy rims. And what does Tariq Nasheed say modern day? He says it doesn't matter. Cut the check. It's due. It's owed. It's promised. Cut the check. It doesn't matter. It'll stimulate the economy. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. But goddamn it, I found a video of Tariq Nasheed here saying the same thing the white supremacists say. You niggas too dumb to balance a checkbook. Y'all niggas shouldn't get no reparations. Oh Lord, have y'all seen this video of Tariq Nasheed speaking against us getting reparations?
Oh. Just again, he said, "What do I think about slavery reparations?" Yeah, there should be reparations, but there's a way that we need to do it, because black folks, as a whole, mentally will fuck up any kind of money that's given directly. There has to be some type of structure to it. If you start giving niggas, let's say every black person in America will get $10,000 next month in January, that niggas will be broke again on January 15th. It has to be organized. You cannot give niggas money right now. They'll fuck it right back up. They'll give it right back to everybody else. Going by June, shit. It'll be gone in 15 days. Just like lottery, exactly. Just like lottery winners. Most lottery winners, they go broke in 5 years. Just like that Dave Chappelle comedy skit. That's what messed that money up. What they need to do, as far as reparations, they should have, it should be a designated plot of land or somewhere in middle America, somewhere where there's good fertile land that should be given, that should be tax-free, that should be regulated to male-headed households. That's my suggestion. They should get a plot of land somewhere where there's very fertile ground, fertile land, and it cannot be settled unless it's a male, a black male who's the head of the household. We can't have no single mothers on that motherfucker.
Damn, I forgot. We too ignorant to balance a checkbook. We shouldn't get no cash. We should just get some land, like a reservation, if you will. And single mothers don't get no reparations at all.
Oh, what's up, smart sister?
Hey, how you doing,
Yeah,
nephew?
I'm hanging.
Good, good.
How are you?
I am very good, honey. Getting ready to get up out of here. I have a meeting. But I saw you. I was like, oh, there go my nephew. Let me go say hi. Yeah.
Appreciate
You
you,
okay?
sister.
Everything going good?
Everything's going good. Yes.
Good.
A little transition, that's all.
Okay.
But everything's good. Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Honey, of
I've been
course.
meaning to call you. I've just been
I
a little
understand.
busy.
I ain't
They're
going
always
nowhere.
excuses.
Just whenever you do, you do.
No
No
doubt, sister. No
pressure.
doubt.
And this
Yeah,
fool you got talking
Go ahead.
on here, he's just so goddamn stupid. It just hurts my brain to even listen to him sometimes, and he's sitting up there with a whole biracial wife and a white woman, his white tea mother-in-law living in the house with him. So that mean, do he does not need to get any land then? Using some of his logic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, did you mess up the lineage, my guy?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And you got that woman sitting right there looking you in your face every day. That just goes to show you, the hypocrisy and the stupidity of 95% of what he's saying. It just bothers me. So many of us are so gullible to that bullshit.
Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just came up with this little prompt after I saw some other guy using that quote right there: "Fight for our reparations the same way you fight for illegal immigration." And I think the FBA was saying, like, the collective, why don't they support us getting reparations before they support illegal immigrants?
Well, everybody
And
got their
so,
own fight. Black people are not out there fighting. Of course we talk
right,
about that we need to change the money and the legislation on ICE and all that, but ain't nobody fighting like that.
right.
They just stupid. They're just stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just saying, like, exactly. No one's asking people to put themselves in harm's way. We have enough white tea people putting themselves in harm's
Right.
way for a cause that has nothing to do with them per se. But yeah, when ICE, ICE is going to be another extension of what the police force is.
Right.
They've already unalived a black American brother. They've detained Black Americans as well. So it's nothing like.
That's
And just because you got the one up because you don't get deported doesn't mean you can quietly, like, mind your business without having to proclaim that you're not going to be a part of something, because you know how the FBAs do. They go,
Right.
We're not going to be a part of this because X, Y, and Z. You guys never did nothing for us. We did everything for you. We were a part
Well,
of
what
everything.
the fuck did we do?
And to tell you the truth, like, even the 14th Amendment and everything that was done,
Still
like, these
white
people that are
folks.
saying this, that too, the abolition.
Hello? I mean, seriously,
Yeah,
what did we
yeah.
do? And the fact that it matter, yes, we tried to fight for civil rights. Being human and being righteous is what it's about. All this other stuff you delineating and all, because they unalived a Haitian brother last year too. And of course, this is going to affect you. And don't talk about what white tea people can't do, because they brought your black ass here in the hull of a ship. If they sit up there and say, you know what, yeah, we need to get rid of Negroes too, guess what's going to happen?
Right.
What you
Exactly.
mean we can't be deported?
I would like to say something about this. Like when you know, my friend, he went to New York from London. He came from London and he went to New York. And he did I think what you guys call it in the United States, you call it jaywalking, right? So not crossing the street at the right part.
Right.
Yeah, he just in Manhattan, he was there and he crossed the street. Police was straight on him.
Yep.
This is a black brother, but
Mhm.
but the difference is he's actually African and from the UK. So do you know what the police said to him?
What?
Show us your ID. When he showed the ID, the passport, the UK passport, and then, you know, showing that he's not from there. You know what they said to him? Oh, sorry, sir. We thought you were black.
Yeah, that's the way
Clearly,
white people think.
Clearly, this guy was a black guy.
Right.
And he's not I swear on my mother's life, I'm not joking.
Oh,
Clearly,
no.
this guy's not East African, or he was West African.
Right. But
They
see, in the
told
white
him-
T
they told
man's
him-
brain, they've
Yeah,
done that for years, sir. That's
they
why
said-
it's such a disconnect between
Listen.
black people and African people. They
That's-
always say, okay, these ain't our need to grows. Now, some of them are really racist. They don't care. But in their brain,
Right.
they have separated a black person from the motherland. Y'all different. So that's what they didn't say it to us. That's why a lot of these people fighting back so hard, because they feel like, oh, okay, if you were an African immigrant, then you came here. First of all, they not bringing Pookie and Ray Ray from Africa.
There
You
go.
gotta have
So-
some money. You gotta have some education. You gotta have something.
Well,
So
this
they
guy did have
already
some
know
yeah.
that that's who you are, and so then they separate the two. Okay, Pookie and Ray Ray over here is not an African. So in their brain, oh, okay, you ain't a need to grow.
But you have to understand, these boys that went there, like we grew up in the same area. Their fathers worked in the same companies as my father. They were accountants in the company that my father was working for. Their fathers. So when they say that, do you understand how that came across to when we were back in London and we were like in West London and my boy, he came home and he's like, bro, you will never hear what
Believe
happened. And I was
this.
like, and I said, well, and he told us that, and we were like, no fucking way.
Yes.
Because in London, even if I'm driving, you can go and look on my Facebook or anything. I had a AMG A45 BMW, Mercedes from 2014 when I was pulled over. These police officers, they still do it to us in London, but in the US, apparently.
Well, see, you are their Negroes, so they
Yeah, but
can treat you
apparently-
the way they see fit, and you're not
Yeah.
separate. You're the people that are there that they brought there.
That's
So
right.
that's
But-
different.
But apparently, when we go to the US,
Right.
they say, "Oh, he literally said to that guy, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I thought you were black."
But I told you, that's the mindset. That's how we've been separated over here. It just is what it is, and it's always
And
been
again,
like that.
He was West African. He was Nigerian.
It don't matter. You came as an immigrant,
Yes.
so you're not a need to grow from the U.S.
Yeah.
That's
He was
what you're
not-
not getting. That's that they don't look at
He
you
was
the
not
same.
an N-word in their mind. He was not an N-word in their mind.
Right, but according to
I
some
can't
of
say
them,
that
he
word
will
anymore,
be.
apparently.
Right.
But-
To some of them he'll be, but then too, if you got a passport, you got stuff, they don't know who you know and who your family is and who you connected to. See,
I mean,
they just
right-
assume
so-
black people
so-
here
so-
don't have nothing.
So me, I'm a completely
Right.
different story. I'm East African, so I got a completely different story. But these boys were West African. They came from the same people. They came from the same stock that they tried to deny them to.
Right. But that's who we are.
Your
East Af-
your
East Af-
passport
East Africans are
alone.
completely different stock. That's a completely different story. 'Cause we have
We got a new guest. Let me introduce him.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
go
guys.
ahead.
Gabriel, welcome to the panel. Can I get your race, your ethnicity, where you're from? Gabriel. All right.
Yeah.
I guess I can try.
Gabriel.
You there?
Gabriel fell off.
You there, Gabriel? All right, I'll drop.
Oh.
Yeah, like yeah, it's definitely common, you know, for them to get their, like she said, Negroes straightened out and figured out who's who. But that's what people are saying to FBAs. When Black people come here, they're getting treated the same, you know, until they maybe get to see a passport and understand they come from somewhere else. Then the separation happens. But the initial attack, the initial profiling, and all that is relatively the same, you know. So,
That's my whole point.
but back to when FBAs or Black Americans want to go, well, you guys aren't. They want to make that distinction because they go, you did not suffer the way we suffered here in America.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't go through this turmoil, so you can't claim Black American. You know, you can't claim this. So that's the big point they make.
Yeah.
Even though we tell them that Black American is a generic term that fits, it's inclusive to everybody. You know, it's not, you can't gatekeep a term that is always meant any nationality coming to America and getting citizenship. That's what a Black American is.
I mean, when you think about it, like even in London in the 1960s, my father went to the University of UCL. I don't know if you've heard of that university. It's quite a prestigious university, UCL. And he went there. And my father told me they used to kick him down the stairs and spit on him. Like, we went down the same track. We had, just because of, you know, the color of your skin, we had to go through that same thing, maybe on a different continent.
Exactly. That's what these fools don't
We
understand.
went through the exact same thing, and we have the trauma from my father. I have the same trauma because my father was telling me, like, be careful when you go there. You know, he was always telling me, like, just don't piss these people off when you're by yourself, because vindictive and this, that, and the other. My father would use words that I cannot repeat here, you know, but he would tell me, be very careful with these people.
These blue-eyed devils.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know.
But that's just it, sir. That's why we're all African, we all Black, because Black does mean sub-Saharan African. You know, people need to get off it. We all got the same struggles.
Vibes,
You know.
there's another person coming in, brother.
Above me, can you unmic? Who are you?
Uncle Moose. Oh, it's Uncle Moose. Welcome over.
Come again?
Well, welcome to the panel, Uncle Moose.
How's it going, Vibes?
It's going. Do you want to chime in on the convo or speak on the prompt? I know it's not too much to go off of, but I heard a FBA say this morning, so I took the quote and put it up on this picture.
You see, I'm not even in the mood to talk. I'm just here to show support and let my squad know we are live. So the squad, you understand? The squad is coming.
The Bushmeat squad.
You understand? The Bushmeat squad is coming. So hopefully if an FBA has the nerve to come up and talk, then maybe I'll say something. For now, it will sound like I'm talking down on them. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no worries. We're all here waiting. We're all hiding by the bush. All right, well, thank you, Uncle.
Yeah. Reparations will never happen, by the way. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. It will never happen.
It's not going to happen, and I think we need to build and do whatever without it. However, it is a debt that's owed. And think about it. The only way the United States does something is when you have some leverage. If we had enough connection to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, we can pressure them to do whatever we want. Chinese people got reparations. Japanese people got reparations. The small hats got it.
Did they?
Yes.
I have never. I heard talks about it, but I never thought it was real.
Yeah, go look it up.
I never knew it was real. Okay.
Some indigenous people got it. I'm trying to think. It's about 5 to 8 different groups that got it. I can't recall the other ones past the ones I just said. But yes, think about it. Chinese got it because they got to deal with China. Japanese got it because they have to deal with Japan. You see what I'm saying? Small hats got it for what? I don't know. They didn't do shit here, but they got it. You see what I'm saying? Because they dealing with is not real. So that's that's how the stuff works. If we had our shit together and pressured, we could make them do it. Period. We just don't understand how geopolitics work. And sitting here begging them and, oh, come on, y'all know y'all need to give up. They don't give a damn about none of that. But if we had some means of production, if we were making stuff, if we were doing what we supposed to do, you can put pressure on them to get whatever you want. Yes, sir. Go look it up. You'll see the groups that have received reparations from the United States and how we gave it to the small hats. Come on now. We weren't a part of that H cost, but they gave it to them. You know, it is what it is. And we need to quit worrying about YT folks, period. We need to just do it what the hell we got to do, and they need to pay for what they've done.
Can I ask you a serious question, sister?
Sure.
Do you think Black Americans, right, want reparations or they need reparations? Which one is it?
Both. They want it because they think, okay, you did us dirty, you need to give us money. Needing it means that the foundation of the money to build everything else you need, that's what it is. But we can give ourselves reparations because we've fought and built before. You know, that's supposed to be to give us a gang of money so you can build foundations so you can do for yourself.
Okay, so what does reparation, because you say they want it and they need it, what does reparation look like? Like, give me 3 of the most pertinent aspects of reparations.
Me personally, what I believe what it should be, like I said, is giving you the monies to build foundations and stuff. There are different ways of doing it. Some people believe, okay, what if Black people didn't have to pay taxes ever again? What if there was a fund where Black businesses could go to get loans? What if that your college education was free? You know, a lot of people look at reparations that way. It's different ways to do it. It's not just doesn't have to be absolute amount, a check given to each person. You know, a lot of people believe more in building the institutions that are stable, that will stay there. So then you can take advantage of those things. And it's not, because think about it. If, okay, white T folks say, okay, yeah, okay, we're going to give y'all this check. Here, take the check.
You know what, my sister?
What?
What is the point, right, of a white man giving you $1 million right
Thank
now
you.
if they control the currency and the value?
Exactly. I totally agree. I'm just trying to say the positive things that some people that fighting for, but I totally agree with you. To me, your enemy, your oppressor is never going to give you the means to beat them. That's ludicrous. And I agree, brother. Why would I give you enough money to build? Because everybody ain't gonna run and go get a 40 and some weed like a lot of people will say. No. What are those of us that know better, that can do better, that can build institutions and businesses? You know, they're not gonna give you the money to do that. They're just not. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, I'm
You
not
see,
raining on your parade, but damn.
as an African, right,
Mm-hmm.
I think as Africans, we should only support Black American reparations if they are asking for at least 2 states.
Right. To move to.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
first part. I want you
Mm-hmm.
guys to ask for 2 states because I see
Mm-hmm.
some people online talking about they need money, they need this. They give Japanese the financial part because they have their own currency.
Right.
The JEWs have their own currency. So
Mm-hmm.
look at what they did to Native Americans. They gave
Right.
them and they took it all back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure
it makes no
did.
sense. When they start asking for land
Mm-hmm.
and resources, I
Right.
promise you I will support them 100%.
Me too. But some people do some. It's just like the FBA movement. Folks are all over the place. Some of them believe this thing. Some of them believe another thing. Some of them just saying we just need reparations. Well, there's a brother, Dr. Darity, that wrote this book, From Here to Equality or something, and he broke down all the history of fighting for reparations. How would you give it? How much should you get? He broke everything down. And most people talking about it haven't even read that book. They don't even know what. Because I always say, well, then who's going to get it? How black you got to be to get it? You know what I'm saying? How do you figure that out?
It is not financially viable to accommodate a reparation. What they could do, and what they should have done in the past, a long time ago, that 30 acres and a mule, they should have done that when they promised that. They should have done that from
But
day
they
one.
didn't.
And integrated the
Well, that's
the
over
BLK
and that's
the
done.
BLK
some
Americans.
people
They should
try
have
to figure out
integrated them
what's
into the society and give them a fair chance.
They don't give a shit.
Not this redlining and all those type of things that they did. And just 100 years ago, 106 years ago, there was a thriving, absolutely amazing BLK community throughout
There are a lot
America.
of them.
Not just Tulsa,
just Greenwood.
That's the most famous one. But there were more.
But it was hundreds of them.
There were many more. Yeah. And what did they do? When they realized that they had to borrow from the BLK, they had to borrow from them to support their farms and everything. What did they do? They chose to violence instead.
Right.
So,
like they always do.
This is very, very clear of who you're dealing with in that situation, and even 100 years later, it's still the same way. You cannot when you see a BLK man driving a 7 Series and having everything and living in a nice area, people don't ask. They don't say, "Wow, that guy."
You a D-rug dealer. That's what they say.
What they say is, "What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do to get there?"
You're a dealer.
That's a very bad question to ask.
Well,
as a community.
They stupid.
If you want to be a community, because you got to be a community if you want to live in the same area. So that's impossible. It's impossible to live in the community and to give people the same rights within the Americas. In Europe, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit, and I love living in Europe because I grew up in a predominantly white area myself. My father went to school here in the 60s and we went to Holland, and he was working for a good company in Shell. You know Shell? You know the oil company?
The oil company.
So I never really got that. I did get different types.
You just didn't go to the wrong place, because trust me, you'll get it too.
Can I say I did get like, I remember one time in 1994, I was only 11 years old. I remember my friend's dad. We were watching the World Cup and this Desai. I don't know if you heard of this African Nigerian football, and my friend's dad, he said, this guy, this BLK, I can't stand him, this, that, and the other. And then you had BLK people in the Dutch national team, and he got so upset with the BLK guys for not scoring the goal to get Holland to the next level, to the 16th. I don't know if you know football or soccer, as you guys like to call it, but they were like, this. See, we give them everything. And then he looked at me and he's like, no, not you, Khalid, not you. You are one of the good ones. They think that that's a good thing for us to hear. And that was one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my life as a child. When I heard that, I was like, these people, they don't see me the same as them at all. And I was more aligned with the Suriname people and the Curaçao people and the BLK people rather than I was with the. That's only then did I realize that. Can you see how much indoctrination it was for me to grow up in that area, for me to think that I was part of the society, only to realize by a friend of mine's father to show him that they don't really see us the same. They think that we are like a gimmick to them. We are there like as like a trophy for them. Like, oh, look at us. Look how good we are. We give these people whatever they want. Like, I mean, they didn't give a shit. We had to fight for every single fucking thing that we had to do. Sorry for cursing. For every little thing that my father had to do, from being pushed down the stairs and being spat on and everything, and fight for who he was, to get to the same area, to raise his children in an area where he can go, where his children could go to the right schools and things like that. Same thing in America. So we still very far away. We are very far away from thinking, and I know.
Well, I'm
But
glad you realize that, and
oh
it's
my
the
God.
thing. What did Jesus say? What you do to the least of my brothers. So as long as that's happening to anybody, black anywhere, we should be concerned, regardless of what your own personal
Absolutely.
experience is.
And-
So
and-
I'm
and
glad
there's a
you
difference.
understand that, because
but
so
there's a
many of
difference.
us lose that. We don't. We
Thank
get
you.
so caught up. We lose who we are.
Thank you for saying that, because you know what my father told me, like, the way that you treat a man that can give you nothing. This is an African, East African thing. I don't know if vibes should know this. The way that you treat someone that can do absolutely nothing for you, like nothing, like he can do nothing for you. The way that you treat that person shows you what type of person you are. And my father used to say the word, yeah, he used to say, like, that's the shows you the type of man that you are. The way that you treat someone that can do absolutely nothing for you, that
That's
shows
right.
you the type of man that you are.
You
And I
know,
don't think most people
integrity is
understand
what you do when nobody's looking. That's
that. Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's all. That's what it's
Exactly.
about.
That's
And like I
exactly
said,
it.
we need to be fighting to be righteous human beings. Period. You know what I mean? That's why, it's beyond all this other stuff. What is the opposite of racism? It's justice. It's justice. Treating people the way they supposed to be treated in a just manner. That's what we're fighting for, liberation and justice.
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
ahead, Vibes. You got another new guest.
No, that one is Bushmeat Mafia. That's Mama. That's Mama.
He's gone already.
Hey, sis.
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Good.
Mama, I want to ask you the prompt, but I want to do it in a question format, right? Because it's in a statement right now. So
Yes.
the question would be, why don't Black American FBAs fight for reparations like the fight against illegal immigration?
Okay. First of all, I think intuitively, okay, they know that they will never get reparations. They didn't get the 40 acres and a mule. And as far as I'm concerned, if you look historically, go back and fight for what was the first thing promised to you that you didn't get. Don't try to go ignore that and then think you're going to get something greater. You're going to extract something greater from these people when the basic thing that would have ensured your wealth and generational wealth wasn't given to you. It's like they don't understand the people that they're dealing with. And they've been around these people for 400 years and they have not really understood who they are. And that's why they cannot devise effective weapons to fight them. And so it's a bogus fight. It's much easier when you've been psychologically damaged to and internalize your self-hatred, to project that to people who look like you, huh? To divert yourself away from the fact that you can't really get what you want. And you start blaming other people for the fact that you can't get what you want. Because the smoke that they bring to Black immigrants, they would never try that crap with Asians, Indians from India, and YT people. They won't do it. And so that's really their issue. There's a real, I keep saying it, we have a real mental problem, a psychological problem, both populations who have been enslaved and colonized. And I wish we could get some kind of forum where we have Black and African psychiatrists and psychologists to develop a platform where we can start to decolonize our minds, because we have some real damage and it's doing real harm to our progress everywhere in the world.
I just wanted to say, he sounds busy. I just wanted to say that it's important everything you just said, because it's all true. And the mental problem that you're talking about is the most pervasive and untalked about and unnoticed piece of indoctrination that Black people have internalized, which is the idea that reality is subjective. And of course, if reality is subjective, morality is subjective. And if those things are subjective, well, then all of your suffering is just use opinion and just use fifis. Don't matter how many facts I can bring, don't matter how much historical evidence it is, it's all subjective, remember? And so Black people have actually come to this mental schism where they know it's objectively true that white supremacy and racism and coercion and exploitation and violence pervades the entire format and foundations of the system. And I'll give you an anecdotal. I was speaking to a Black man recently. I think it was on this live, like a month ago. And this fool said, America is, the U.S. government is based on white supremacy, exploitation, violence, coercion, and racism. And I said, yeah, I don't respect or recognize the United States government as legitimate either. And he said, what are you, a sovereign citizen? And I said, wait, look at what you just did. You yourself recognize this thing to be one of the most evil, violent forms of entities that has ever or even could ever exist, but you still somehow think it's objective and objectively binding, meaning I should stop at that stop sign because the system said so. But if you think that, then you also have to think that the average slave that would run from a master's home 200 years ago would be actually breaking the fucking law. Like he's stealing himself, as they said. And so that's the schism that Black people in the United States are not understanding. You cannot simultaneously think that in a system. Host, you're not muted. It says you're muted, but you're not muted.
Is that the person above you?
No, it's the host, and it says the host is muted, but it's not. But that's the schism. And I'll land right here. If I was an alien and I came here with another alien from a different planet and we had a different whole thing going on our planet, and he was white and I was white and he was Black, skinned, and we looked human, and we crash landed while observing Earth, can we not?
I don't think that's this person above you.
Not. Why the fuck are you even here, dude? Fuck.
He won't be.
And this is the whole thing. That's the whole thing right there. Niggas is playing games while we're up here fucking talking about the suffering of people. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I have abandoned, and I say this with my whole chest out, I have abandoned the so-called African American. I have abandoned anybody who identifies. Can I just land this plane real fast? I know.
Go ahead.
1 second.
I'm trying
but I know.
get rid of his ass.
But this is some wild ass shit.
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down. Pick it up, now break that shit down. Break it down, speed it up.
This has to be on purpose.
Yeah.
I'll just fucking wait.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to.
Where's the host? What is going on with this live? What are we doing? People are over here suffering and we're over here playing games. Fuck your fingers.
I got rid of his ass.
Live,
there you go.
The fuck I look like. This is what I'm talking about. And if we were in person, bro, I'll just snap dude's neck. I'm not playing. I'm not fucking I'm not. These ain't even men. Did you see the skin color of that hand? That motherfucker never belonged here in the first fucking place. That's number one. Number two, this is the thing. Like you said, we needed a panel. We need our own platforms. We do. This is why my work surrounds an app, because an app is not indicative of the Western world. It's a global phenomenon, and it has the power. Social networks, particularly, have the power to fund completely intentional development for whatever demographic needs it. I'm gonna go ahead and land that plane. If I was an alien and I came here with another alien and I was white and they were black, I wouldn't magically start identifying with the fucking white ones just because I landed here and I happen to look like them. That's some Superman shit. That's some white supremacist shit. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look at things objectively. I'm going to, like, that's why Star Trek was so important, because they continuously showed you that just because you belong or look like a demographic of people doesn't mean you have to take in, absorb, and then project their issues, their supremacies, their problems onto yourself, and then fucking identify with their needless bullshit. If I was a YT man, I would have just as much smoke for every aspect of this fucking society that I do now. Being black has nothing. It renders it helps, but it's not. It doesn't inform all of my observations of this system. So the mental schism that you're talking about is objectivity. You're not supposed to look at information. It's a logical fallacy to look at information through the lens of your own fucking perspective, beliefs, or opinions. That's just sick.
Well, it's post-traumatic slave syndrome. And if y'all haven't read it, you need to read Dr. Joy DeGruy's book. That's what it is, post-traumatic slave syndrome. See, a lot of us are mentally ill. That's how they're able to do the things that they do. Like you said, had a mindset that you're talking about. So you're right. It's incumbent upon all of us to get out here and do the work and decolonize, as you said, these brains. Because we even think in dichotomies like YT folks. You know, something is this or that. Tall or short, fat or skinny. That's how they think. We don't think, Africans don't think like that. We think more circular. Something can be this and this and this over here. So if we recognize that and understand how we got to get their thinking process out of our head, then we can better understand psychologically what has happened. Because think about it. We fought, we built, we've marched. I don't know. Let me see.
That's
If
what
I
brought me up in
can.
the first place. Is I heard you say, how the fuck, I heard two of y'all say, how the fuck can we worry about getting reparations in a currency that these motherfuckers control, but even more importantly, that has no value anyway. It's not based on anything but threats and violence. So they can give us $1 billion tomorrow. All they have to do is either change the currency or render that $1 billion $100. It just doesn't make any sense. But that's how entrenched people are. It's Stockholm syndrome to the umpteenth degree, but only because of objectivity, only because I gravitated to shows like Star Trek and looked at the Vulcans. They sit here and they look at shit objectively. And I don't sit here, when somebody says something that is true about me, but that is derogatory, I don't get offended because it's fucking true. My job now is to number one, accept it, figure it out, and change it, or double down on it, which is what most of these motherfuckers are doing.
Exactly. Then they don't even understand nothing. They don't understand geopolitics. They don't understand how our YT racism in this country works or where it comes from. Because it's basically YT people fear their genetic annihilation. Period. That when you get through with everything that they do, it boils down to that common denominator right there. And if you know that and understand that, then you can see how it extrapolates out of that and goes to every system, everything in our society today.
I'm gonna tell you a quote for you. This is for you, and I know you probably haven't ever heard it. When I heard it, I didn't even think it was true. I had to look it up. You know who Charles Manson is?
Yeah.
Did you hear that quote about black people that Charles Manson did?
I don't know. Let me know.
You'll never forget it when I tell you. Charles Manson, the famous you know who, said, this is what he said. He said, I hate black people. I hate black people because they're too much like white people. We should have left them in the jungle where they were God. Not gods, where they were God.
Yep.
That is, he knew. That the idea of what is going on, what is happening today, when I go in lives with a bunch of black people talking about how to save the diaspora, how to delineate from white supremacy, I almost never, and I mean almost never, to like a 99 percentile, ever hear something that doesn't sound like it comes right out of a white supremacist playbook. Like, we have to be financially literate. Okay, not only is that not going to save you, but you're not even articulating the financial literacy. You're not talking about what money is, how. You're not talking about the Federal Reserve. You're talking about learning how to do money better under their terms.
Right.
Now, if you're talking about the Federal Reserve and how it's illegitimate and how it's not even really a government entity, and even if it was, it wouldn't be legitimate because it's not backed by anything, that might be a conversation. But you're actually talking about teaching the next generation of kids to save money better, even though inflation is what it is, and even though they're hiking it up with the war. So it's just so delusional. And when we talk about it, I've been saying since the beginning, we should have had belts for these lives. We should have had belts like martial arts. Like today we're talking about racism. This is the racism panel. If you don't have the brown belt, you can't come up because that means you haven't done and it's not a course that somebody gives you. It's a course that you do online. It's not, nobody gets credit for it or anything like that. It's something that you do on your own, and it gives you an independent badge that just says you've completed you know what racism is, you know the definition, you know how it functions, you know the description, all of that. If you don't have a purple belt, it means you don't know what misogyny is. It means you haven't researched patriarchy. It means you haven't, these different aspects. And if we had done that, we would have panels that are actually moving forward, because we're not doing it. There's no implementation on this app. There's no implementation on this app. And I keep telling people, I get treated worse for telling panels that they're wasting time than the ops do for disagreeing with them, for disagreeing with their whole existence.
Oh, I hear you.
I get more heat. I get more heat than the trolls for just merely outlining that we're wasting time.
Same with me. I'm like, guys, you're wasting your time. And they keep trying to educate these people who, some of them are intoxicated. I was just like, what are we doing here? They come on the live. In fact, there was one live I was on. It was a Russian guy who had, like, I think he said a black Antiguan wife. He was high as a kite, and he was so high he kept knocking himself off the live and coming back up. He was so disoriented. He was speaking incoherently. It was just terrible. And when you try to explain to these hosts that you have to have better discernment, you have to know when you're talking to people that you cannot educate because they just don't have the level to comprehend what you're saying, or they're willfully ignorant. Yes. And you have to know when to just stop, because you're not teaching and learning if that's the objective of your forum. Yep.
Like, what are we doing?
Yep. Say this, what is it, evolving? I do identify myself several ways, okay? I define myself as an African American because I have 98% sub-Saharan African DNA, and I know 4 ethnic groups in Africa that my family comes from. Okay, so that's why I define myself that way. And in other situations, when they say, what is your citizenship? I'm a U.S. citizen. Simple. I'm not an American, okay, in the sense that indigenous Indians are an American. All right. But the American is there because that's where I was born. If we want to further clarify, we would say North America, because that's part of, with Canada and the US, as opposed to Central America, South America. But Uncle Moose has asked a question about the prompt. Why do Black people care more about identity politics than racial empowerment? I believe there is an issue there because this concept of race, and particularly in the United States, that carry over from the one drop rule, the one drop rule. So if you have one drop of black blood, that makes you black. And we know for a fact, okay, that there are lots of YT looking people running around here, okay, that if that one drop rule was tested genetically by DNA, they would have to reclassify themselves. So people are confused about this racial empowerment because people that we try to classify as Black or African American cut across the spectrum. And some of them, you wouldn't even know it unless they told you, look, I'm Black. And they can be looking at you with blonde hair and blue eyes and tell you, look, I'm Black. Okay. And so this idea of racial empowerment can be pretty, it's a conflict in terms of identity. So this identity politics is problematic, as well as this idea of racial empowerment, because that one drop rule in America messes a lot of stuff up in that realm. Okay. Africans feel they've been pushed to the wall. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm
Hi,
talking.
Jake. Hi. You know what, Mama? It's okay, Mama. Mama. Don't even stress yourself. Don't even stress yourself. Jake, where you from? It's okay, my brother. It's okay, my brother. It's okay, my brother. Don't even stress yourself. Don't stress yourself, bro. Jake, where are you from? I'm not talking to you. Are you my brother? Hold on. Evolvings. Hold on. Evolvings. Hold on. Evolvings. Hold on for a second. Just hold on for a sec. I know what I'm doing, brother. I know he was disrespectful. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Jake, where are you from? Canada. Okay, that is incorrect because you sound European. What part of Europe you from? What part of Europe? Italian. So, haven't seen this prompt. What made you come up? So why did you click the join button? What did you want to say? No one invited you. No, you said you saw the option to join. No one invited you. Okay, so let me ask you this then. L- That's a black brother talking. That's a black brother talking. Evolvings, calm down. Brother, calm, bro. Okay. Just forget about his disrespect. Let's just, brother. This is TikTok, bro. Don't take this ish that personal. This is TikTok, bro.
I'm glad I'm getting to you, bro. I'm glad you let me get to That's what we call a white knight. A white guy who Yeah. A white dude who thinks he's black, it's a
Evolvins,
slip.
go ahead. 2 minutes. Say your piece, Evolvins. Jake, mute your mic. Evolvins, go ahead. No, I gave you short time so you wouldn't interrupt. I just what did I do now, bro? What did I God damn. Brother, what are we doing?
Clowns. And what?
What are we doing?
Bro, if I was in front of both of y'all, I'd unzip on y'all niggas. Straight up.
Wonderful.
Straight up. I would literally wrap my hands around your fucking throat and go to town in your ass. Because you're fucking
Jake,
clowns.
mute your mic,
You're
Jake. Let him
fucking
talk. He
clowns.
has his time.
You're
See,
fucking
brother,
clowns.
Evolving, I'm gonna restart your time, right? I'm gonna
Fucking
restart your
clowns.
time.
This is some clown shit, bro.
Go ahead and tell us your piece, my brother. It's okay.
We're
See,
gonna put. We don't have, bro. There's people out here that's been
don't let
suffering.
him
We've been
trigger you,
suffering.
bro.
There's
Don't let
people
him trigger
suffering
you.
now, and there's gonna be people suffering. And we got fucking trolls being platformed who are gonna interrupt people who are saying important things. And look where we are now. Gonna interrupt somebody because they said hi. They want to censor themselves. They are so entitled, so white, so privileged that they come in.
I
and
think
they
you don't
say
know
hi,
how.
and they
You see, the fact that you will bunch me up with him, I think you don't know who I am.
bro.
That's the
I don't
thing.
give a
See,
fuck.
I'm telling you, brother, you have 2 minutes. Say, brother, talk your shit. Don't talk. Oh God.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh God. Oh God. What is the issue here now? Like, what is the
The
issue here
issue
now,
is
bro?
that I don't have the privilege. People who look like me don't have the privilege to fucking waste time with trolls. So what the fuck is this fucker still doing up here even to this fucking second?
He has not even trolled yet.
Bro, he came
I was
in here
hoping he
trolling.
would try
He
to troll. I
interrupted
was
the
hoping he
motherfucking
would.
black woman who was talking to sit here.
That is why I said, Mama, don't even waste your breath. I literally said, Mama, don't waste your breath because he ain't worth it. Is that not what I said? I said he ain't worth it. So why are you wasting your breath? Is he worth it to you? Tell me, is a white boy worth it to you? What is your problem, bro? This right here is TikTok. If you have something to say, say it.
I said the fuck I gotta say. Why the fuck is he still here?
He's still here because it's TikTok.
Because that's a stupid fucking reason.
So why are you still here?
I'm about to leave. I'm just gonna punk you some more and then I'm gonna leave. What of it? What you gonna...
What you want to speak about, because the prompts had nothing to do with your kind. No, that's the thing, right? See, it's not a problem with black people. It's about what your people did, not us. Are African Americans not African? African. So what is the difference between an African American and an African? The culture of Black American. Give me 2 aspects. No, not the culture of America. The culture of African Americans. Give me 2 aspects. So so you're talking about things like hold on. You said entertainment. So we are talking hip hop, jazz, and all that, right? So, but you just said entertain. Hold on for a second. Hold on. You said entertainment is the difference between African American. Whose mic is on? You said entertainment is the difference between African American culture and African culture. So give me 2 aspects of this entertainment and how it's different. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We literally have a lot of grand stadiums that African Americans come to Africa and perform in because we are one. See, remember, I Show Speed went to you. Listen for a second. See, I'm asking you a serious question. What is the difference between an African American and an African? You know why? You know why? You put them in zoos, you not put me in zoos. That's one. And number two, right? Number two, listen for a second. Number two, you have given almost everyone reparations in the Americas except black Americans. You know that, right? That's what I'm saying. That is what you white folks do. Don't pivot. Answer the question. Don't pivot. Answer the question. Why did you give everyone reparations except African Americans? Oh, so let me break it down to you. Reparations was given to the Japanese one, Native Americans two. Is that not correct? And you gave the JE, and you I just mentioned are the wait, are the how about the JEWs? I said JEWs. Don't say the full word for TikTok purposes. Or controlling your politicians. Are your politicians suckers? Your politicians are suckers, right? So let me ask you this then, right? How come, right, for some reason, you are claiming that there's a difference but cannot point me to it? Point me to it. Yes, I am in one right now. To you, let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What is more unpleasant to me? Hold on. What is more unpleasant to me as an African, living in a black American neighborhood in America or living in a sundown town in America? Which one is more unpleasant? Which one is more unpleasant to me as an African in America, right? Living in a black neighborhood or living in a sundown town? You don't know? You, d- you don't know of any sundown towns? It's painful. Vibes, put something on the screen. Vibes. Don't pause the live for that long. Don't do that. Don't pitch me against my brothers and sisters. Don't do that. We all sound the same. We all sound like apes to you. That is why you're president out here in America. No, listen carefully. So let me ask you this, right? Is Barack Obama uneducated? So how come a YT president posted him and his wife as apes? No, because he's your ancestor. He's racist like you. No, you are because see, for some reason, right? You just said African Americans are uneducated. Let me ask you this: who is the most educated demographic in America? Give me the top three. Then who's next? Are you stupid? It's India, not in Asia. That is incorrect. The top three are Asian, Black American, and then white. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Wonderful. 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 See, you're lucky I'm outside, I swear to God. So let me ask you this, right? If YT people have a higher IQ, right, how come we're more likely to get degrees as African immigrants? if YT people, right? If YT people are like, have a higher IQ, how come we more likely to get degrees than them? That is incorrect. No, that is incorrect. Even your president is DEI. You know what? Give me one DEI hire in America. Give me one DEI hire, a black one. No, what universities HBCUs? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. America asks about race on those applications because America is racist. Remember, even the word America spells I am race. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Listen, you know that, right? Because you said IQ. You know that for some time, a very long time, my people were not even allowed to read. Where? Tell me one place where white folks tell me one place. Tell me one place on the planet where white folks were not allowed to read. So let me ask you this: who stopped them from reading? Are they yellow? So no. So you're saying your brothers stopped you from reading. So who stopped us from reading? No, you're white. You're Italian. You're even worse.